Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swap. This mare, as I said, we've only had a month. She's 8-year-old. And I think I've rode her once in the ring. Claire rides her most of the time. The other horse I'm going to swap to is Melton. And he only goes if you clap. Let me tell you, if you take him to a little show, he'll win nothing. If you take him to big shows, outdoor rings where everybody's clapping, he lights up. He's the quietest horse in the world. You could put, well, we do, Isabella sits on him to walk through out to the field, and she's 3. I won a lot on him before Claire had him, and he's real good against the clock, likes galloping. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit of turning back with him, because I think this one's done enough. I'm real chuffed the way she's gone. Are you happy with her? Would anybody buy her? We could always syndicate her, and then I could get Claire dropped off then. It'll only be £1 a piece. This one's a lot fatter as well because he's spoiled. Oh, I'm going to jump off then. The only worrying thing about this one is, since he's been Claire's horse, and I get on him, and he sees twice the weight getting on, he objects. And I think the last time I rode him at Ixted in the Speed Derby a few years ago, I think he put me straight on my head going up the bank. He must have thought, Christ, I can't get up there with him on. As I say, he's quite young, this one. He's 16. You can clap. And he's the sort of horse that everybody should have one in the yard, because originally, years ago, I broke my leg and I was off for 18 months. And when I first started riding, this was the horse I rode, and I couldn't really ride. I just hung on, jabbed him with the spurs, and held his head. And he did a brilliant comeback job for me, and he's just super. I mean, the beginning of this year, Claire rode him in Italy, and he won the Amateur Grand Prix. He's just an absolute saint. And I could drag somebody, I won't drag somebody out of the audience, but I could drag somebody out of the audience, and he'd do it just the same for them as me. Right, now with the turning back, Claire, a bit more room on the canter pole. The thing with jumping against the clock and going fast is it shouldn't be fast. It should be within what the horse thinks is normal. I mean, my horses go quite quick, but they think it's normal because I tend to ride at that pace when I work. The chestnut mare probably worked a little bit slower than I would normally because she's not really mine and we haven't got to that point. Whereas you've got to work fast and slow. So when you actually want to go against the clock, it's normal. They think it's normal. Now, again, even though this is an old horse, I'll keep the canter pole, because what I would do with younger horses is always, when I'm going to learn to turn back, is use the canter pole. So if they don't know where they're going, or they make a Horlicks of it, this one's not over-exuberant. He knows where the fences are, and he doesn't see why he should waste energy either. So we'll just get him warmed up a little bit. See, even my mum could ride this one. Just move that other pole there. Slide that pole in. Right, so very often with a younger one at home, and I will do this in the school, have a fence in the middle, do a little bit of work, everything's calm. You must keep everything calm. No, that way. They shouldn't think anything's abnormal. Turn back to the fence. Oh, yeah, jump that fence. And the other thing is they should always jump what's in front of them. But it shouldn't be a panic. Turning in here is no different to going all the way to the top. See, he doesn't know any different there. He thinks that's quite normal. All right, I'm cheating because he's 16. But it's the same principle, although they might not get it right with young horses. See, it round the corner, oh, no stride. Now, you see, when there's no stride like that, that's when the canter pole does its job. Because I'm so busy talking to you, I'm in the stride, but because the canter pole's there, I hold him together, and he gets a bounce on like that. The next process after the tightness is maybe a little bit of speed, because it's no good just always turning back slow. You know, horses have to move a little bit, and this horse, whoops, he likes to gallop. You know, and he should be, throw me off in a minute, he should be able to canter all the way around here, but then the end result should be the same. Well, same rubbish stride anyway. So, you know, he likes this. You know, he suddenly comes alive doing it. See, nice canter. Now, I'm not looking for a stride. Now I might look. But because the canter pole's there, you know, that he's looking for that. That's his job a little bit, is to look on the turns. See, you can't always rely on the canter pole either. See, this horse, I can say it now because it might not have worked actually. He trusts whatever I do. And a lot of that is to do with the flat work. Because he turns back with canter poles and he knows what's happening, he never disbelieves that, oh, that's where we're going. And that's the trust they've got to have in you. Straight across. I can tell you what, I haven't rode for 5 weeks, and you can tell, can't you? I can hardly get my breath here. The other thing to practice with going against the clock is actually landing and turning, and I've got to be really careful with this horse here because actually he's better than I am. And I think somewhere along the line he has turned, and actually I fell off him. I don't know if that's my age or whether he's just good. But again, landing after the fence, you might take a different approach. You know, round the corner. Now he's quite keen. I think he was going before me. I actually chickened out then because I thought I was going to fall off. And the other thing is, never do things the same way. You know, like now I might want a short one, and I'm going to go to the right. Oh, maybe I'll jump the fence again. See, on the left, I'm definitely going to fall off. Hey, see, he thinks that's normal. All right, he's done a lot with us, so he sees no reason. Oh, that's normal, and he quite enjoys it as well. Should we be brave, a bit bigger? I think this horse can only jump about 2 foot, but Claire says he can jump bigger. Bit bigger. I'm getting brave. The traffic lights haven't come on yet, anyway. Okay, what I'm going to do now is give him a nice long canter. Okay, maybe a gallop, but... And now I'm not going to turn. I'm going to go right up to the top because that might be the way I want to go. Right, now I want him to steady. Whoa. See, he just thinks it's all normal. But the next time down, he's got to go around the pole. This will be more difficult because I want him to go short. Oh.